the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts feeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have...
In 2024, NASA researcher Rachel Lenz gave the world a flag made from NASA images for Pride Month. On January 20th, 2025, the incoming U.S. administration ordered that Artistic Union of Science and Civil Rights deleted. So I tracked down the original images it was made from, recreated it, and then added even more wonders of the cosmos to update the flag to the current, more inclusive form. On the anniversary of the inauguration, I released it. And it went viral several times. Now you can get a physical copy of that artwork as a full-sized flag or a large sticker, as well as space artworks of the other Pride flags: lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, queer, intersex, ace, and new flags being added all the time. Get one for yourself or give them as gifts and celebrate Pride, celebrate science, celebrate resistance, and help support a creator fighting for human rights for all humans. Head to astralpride.com.
So, thank you everybody for tuning in to another episode of Secular Activism Unfiltered. Once again, happy Pride Month. And if you have not bought anything from Ember's Astro Pride store, you need to do it. Now, I'm going to bring on my special guest. He has wrote several books, has his hand in so many different projects that we're going to deep dive into them the best as we can today. Without further ado, Dr. Darrel Ray.
Hey, Kelly.
Hey, thanks for coming on my show today.
Yeah, I'm happy to. This is fun.
Yeah. So I will say this, it was a lot of different organizations. I really didn't deep dive into, but I know during the COVID time, the Zoom meetings that you had were more in depth because there was no in-person things, and it really helped me because I didn't have any community.
Yeah.
So I really will say that before we even go into anything. But if anybody who doesn't know who you are, give a little brief description about who you are and how did you come to be in the position you are today.
Well, thanks. And let me just say, it always warms my heart to find out that people find what we offer helpful to them in their own journey. And so that's fun and glad to. And now look where you are now. You're out here kicking some butt in the activist world already. That's pretty fast. You really got onto it, and I appreciate that. Well, I'm the founder and president of Recovering from Religion. We celebrated our 17th birthday this last April.
Oh, 17, congratulations.
Yeah, we've been around for 17 years. And
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's been slow growing, but we're growing a lot, and we just had two very successful fundraisers this the last 6 months. One from with the help of the scathing atheist and Noah Lujan and his gang, and then we had another fundraiser from the line with Matt Dillahunty and
I don't know what happened. He got logged out. So hopefully he'll be on again in a few minutes. So I'm trying to think of anything that I don't have anything going on except Revival of Reason this coming up weekend. I'll be leaving Thursday night, coming back Monday afternoon. And I might do some interviews with some people there. There he is, he's back.
well, I don't know why we keep getting kicked off here, Kelly.
I don't know what's going on.
Huh? Well, we're back.
Yeah.
I think I was just introducing we're 17 years old, and we've got at this point in time we've got over 250 volunteers around
Oh, that's great.
the entire planet. We answer phones, we answer chats from people who are struggling with issues of doubt and non-belief, and it's just amazing how many volunteers we've added several new volunteers from Europe
Oh,
just
that's excellent.
in the last week or two. And we are also fully incorporated as a nonprofit in Australia and New Zealand. And we even have our independent board, Recovery from Religion board in Australia now. I just did a tour of the United Kingdom this past October to promote recovering from religion, and from that we got a lot more volunteers. We got volunteers in Poland, Lithuania, Italy, France. One of our board members is in France. Another board member is in Australia. Another board member is in New Zealand. We're very international. People think we're North American, but we're not. We're international, and we serve a wide range of people and languages. We've
Do you
got
have any organizations in Africa?
we've had one volunteer from South Africa, but they're not active right now, so I don't know
Okay.
what happened there. But no,
Okay.
I would love for us to get a bigger presence in Africa.
Okay.
And Dr. Leo Igwe and I talked about it last spring when we were both at the American Atheist Convention.
Oh, he came.
But it's just a matter of getting people to apply to be a volunteer, and then we get phone calls from Africa, we get chats from Africa. We just don't have volunteers there.
Oh,
We
okay.
need some. We need some chat. We need some helpline volunteers, and they go through our. Unfortunately, we're primarily English based, although we do have Spanish based training as well. We can do Spanish or English, but we don't. We can't satisfy every language on the planet. So,
Yeah,
but
that's true.
some people chat in and they use a translator, and that works pretty well sometimes.
Okay.
Anyway, so that's who I am. I'm the president. We've been going for 17 years, as I said, and then I'm also the founder of the Secular Therapy Project, where we find therapists, we put therapists we have therapists in a database that will not use religion, because Kelly, so many people,
Yeah.
therapists use religion, and religion has no place in science. So we try to make sure that we guarantee that our people will not use religion. They're going to use evidence-based, science-based psychotherapy methods. And I'm a psychologist by training, so
Okay.
it's near and dear to me to have truly good psychological services to people who are secular. You don't want to show up to a therapist, spend 3 sessions paying them $150 an hour, only to find out they think you need to pray more.
Yeah, I talked about it during I was on RFRX a couple weeks ago
Yeah,
and talked about the trauma I had in my life and how I had to slowly get to that point, and I wish that I had the therapy that I needed early on, because so
right.
many times I don't know how it is, but I know in Black communities you are failure if you need any kind of help. It's
Yeah.
just demons, or it's just like my mom would tell me, get over it.
Yep.
I wish it was that easy.
Yeah. It's not. I gave a talk. You or your viewers might be interested, and you could. I gave a talk at in London last October called "Religious Trauma and Your Brain," where I explained what's going on in the human brain as a result of religious persecution, stress, indoctrination, brainwashing.
Yeah.
So you might look it up. It'll come right
So,
up.
like yesterday, we were at the a table. I tabled for the Pride event.
Yeah.
So a lady came with these brochures, and I thought it was for a secular um sobriety kind of program, whatever. But I
Yeah.
guess it was a AA trying to endorse that they're non-religious. They
Yeah.
were
Don't work that way.
non-religious, and that there were people that were agnostic and atheists that were part of their group.
Yeah. Right.
And I was just like, no, I know how they are. They get really angry. They pour that religion on you because I used to be in AA and NA, so I know
Yeah.
that's how they are. But I
Yep.
but I was religious when I was in it, so I didn't really think about it then.
Yep.
So I have
I say
friends who weren't religious told me no, that's not you know. But
I
yeah,
think AA is just another religion. 8 of the 12 steps have some kind of higher power or God in it, and that's just bullshit.
but
So
they were
yeah.
saying, but his brochure was telling us how it was not.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I thought it was
Well,
another group. I said, hey, this is AA.
yeah. It's just AA. They're trying to rebrand themselves because what they're doing doesn't work, and they're losing out to real science. Science is
Yeah,
showing that AA does not work.
no.
Um, it's you've got a placebo effect. Oftentimes, people feel like it works, but feeling and actually doing are two different things. Anyway, I'm not here to talk. I could talk all day
Yeah,
about that.
yeah. But that was just funny though when I saw that, and I had to bring that up. Okay,
Yep.
now
Yep.
so we talked about your recovery from religion. You talked about the secular therapy project. And I know my good friend Candace Gorham. I don't know if she's still part of sex therapy, but I know she used to work along with that for a while. I don't know
Candace
her.
was one of the very first. Candace Gorham was one of the very first therapists to sign up and join our. I asked her personally. She and I had been friends. I just said, "Hey, I'm trying this new thing. Would you sign up?" Shoot, within an hour, she was signed up to it.
Yeah,
Uh,
Candace is amazing. I'll be
yep.
going to her wedding in August, her and
Good.
Deanna,
Yep.
and Glenda's gonna be doing the performance, her
Oh,
beautiful fire
cool.
dance. Yeah, she'll be doing a fire dance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She's good at that.
I've had a few people talk about it. Skeptical Scott was on my show,
Yeah. Okay.
and Secular Rarity also was on my show. Talked about your new endeavor,
Yeah.
the
Okay.
secular leadership project.
Right. Right. Right.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Secular
get it right
leadership.
eventually.
Secular something.
Secular something. This secular activism. We gotta start getting secular out of this thing. Okay, but so you talked about that. What
Oh,
made you
good.
this? Okay, so I have questions on that
Yeah.
I list of questions that I'm asking about that because that's what you really wanted to endorse was
Yeah.
this.
Candace is in the class. She's
I
taking the class
wanted
right
I
now.
wanted to take the class, but it's always at night, and I work nights.
Oh, do you? Oh,
Yes,
okay.
I can never
Yeah.
join. I work Eastern time, 4 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Oh, okay.
So I can never be up 1:30 if I stay over. So, but yeah, I work them hours Monday through Friday and sometimes Saturday. So I can never be a part of it. Then like, then you
Well,
gotta have some early morning time.
uh, we just finished our third cohort, and it was on Saturday from 11, roughly from noon to 2 on Saturday.
Oh, I might can do
We may
that then.
we may do that again because that is also hours that are friendly to Europe. and we were trying to give Europeans an opportunity to join it.
Yeah,
So
that would work for me.
just keep an eye out.
Okay.
But I started this about 13 years ago, Kelly. You may not know this, but my entire career was in organizational psychology and organizational development, and I published 2 books. This was McGraw-Hill published this book back in 2000. I mean, in 1995. That's how long ago it was. And then this book was published in 2001.
I was 20.
You were 20. Okay. Well, see, you were just a baby. But here's the deal. I have been in organizational psychology and leadership development my entire career. I mean, I've published 2 books on the stuff. And I got into recovery from religion. I started that, of course, and I started the Secular Therapy Project. But I've always wondered how every church, every main church on this planet has a leadership program of some kind. And it dawned on me 13 years ago, why the hell don't we have a leadership program for the secular world? And there is none. Nothing at all looks like leadership. And yet the churches are training, and they're way ahead of us. So it came to me 13 years ago that I need to do something about that, because I'm pretty much the expert in the secular world. But I had too much on my hands. I was already doing Recovery from Religion, the Secular Therapy Project, and I had a life. I try to live a life occasionally. And so I just kind of kept it in the back of my head. I did a few trainings here and there for boards or at conferences, but that was pretty useless. It didn't go very far. And then 2 years ago, I decided to talk to some other of the major heads of our organizations, bigger organizations, and told them what I wanted to do, asked if they would be supportive of it. And most of them jumped on board right off the bat. And so I started planning it. And then back last fall, I started putting the entire structure together and recruited a couple of people, Dr. Sharon McKean and Dr. Katie Grant to help me. And so, we've got a team of 3, and all of us have excellent levels of education. And Katie's really good at curriculum development.
Okay.
And
I don't think
Sharon's
I know
really
what they are.
well. Yeah, Katie's president of Camp Quest.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's president of Camp Quest now.
Oh.
Sharon's brand new to the movement, but she volunteered for Recovery from Religion, and as she's going through her training, one of our directors said, "Hey," one of our trainers contacted me and said, "Hey, I think you might want to talk to this person," because they knew that I was developing this leadership thing. Turned out Sharon was finishing, literally defending her doctoral thesis in 2 weeks on organizational psychology.
Oh, wow.
He's like, okay, there really is a flying spaghetti monster. These two women dropped into my orbit within a month of each other or so, and they're like gifted. I mean, amazing gift. They just have exactly the skills that I need. I've got the knowledge in my head, but I don't have the skill set that Katie has for curriculum development, and I don't have the web and some of the survey research stuff that Sharon has. Anyway, the 3 of us, we're a whole package, and we're going to be bringing more people into it. But I've kind of got off track here. Just to tell you, it's been a dream of mine for 13 years to do this. And then 2 years ago, I started it, and then we launched it basically in January. And I was thrilled that we sold out 3 of the first 4 classes we sold out. We literally were turning people away and had a waiting list. So what it is we are training people. I think the way you lead people in church is very different than the way you lead secular people. And a lot of people, you've probably heard this, Kelly, leading atheists is like herding cats. Have you heard that
No,
before?
no, I haven't. No,
Well,
explain
that's
this to
okay.
me a little better.
Well, that's what I've heard all my career is that leading atheists is like herding cats. And I absolutely resist that. I do not agree with that at all. I think what people.
I don't know what's going on with these tech gremlins. They keep messing with him, and it's this like the third time, two times before the show, and then this time after the show. So I'm gonna play a video about one of the events that I'm gonna be going to until he comes back. Okay.
This is
These
crazy.
these tech gremlins won't leave you alone. It's been the third
No.
time. Once before the show and then twice now. So I don't know what's going on. You flying spaghetti monster, you better do your job and make sure these tech gremlins leave us alone. But
Okay.
yeah, I am before we finish, I am talking to Joe and I think I might be one of the MCs at the our kind of protest to help because he said he gonna do it. I said I'll probably help you out and stuff like that. But let's go back to you. And I forgot what you were saying because
I
my
did. I
mind
did
goes
too.
so quick. But we would okay. But I do have some questions that I'm gonna pull up and I can ask
Okay.
those.
All right.
So you kind of answered the first couple of questions that I had. First question was what inspired you to create the secular therapy project? We kind of went through that.
Yeah.
The second question I had was what problem within the secular movement were you trying to solve?
That there, we have these groups all over the nation, all over the world that are secular groups, humanist groups, skeptics. And what you'll see, Kelly, is they'll bloom, they'll thrive for a year or two, and then some controversy will come. There'll be a big fight among all the leaders, and then the group will die. I've seen this hundreds of times in my career. And I keep thinking, why is this happening? And my conclusion was because they've got plenty of enthusiasm, they're very committed, they've got lots of energy, they just don't have leadership skills. They don't know how to deal properly with conflict. They don't have the tools to appropriately lead people who are skeptical, who are science-based, who are literate in ways that church people aren't. Church people are taught very early on, just obey the minister and you'll be fine. Just pray a little harder and you'll get over your depression, that kind of stuff that we've talked about. But that does not work for secular people. And second is there's such a need for community. You just said it yourself a few minutes ago. You were looking for community. Well, why the hell is the secular movement no bigger or not much bigger today, community-wise, as it was 15 years ago? We are not growing at near the rate we should be for our numbers. Our numbers are growing. That is beyond dispute. Like 29% of all the people in North America are non-religious. Well, that's a huge number of people. It's 100 million people. And yet our movement itself can't keep a simple book club going in Topeka, Kansas. Or
Now I'm gonna say this. I have a couple of I have 5 children total, and 2 of my children I know are atheists, and one is agnostic.
good, good.
The sad thing about it is that they don't want to come to nothing. Now my oldest is more inclined to, they're more to come to support me.
Hmm.
Because she's going to revival the reason to support me because I'm going to be speaking there. But other than that, she's not going to find a local community for atheist group in her area. She's not going to do it.
Right.
Somebody my age wanted that. They just have to be out of church. So that happened lots of. So we're not going to get more people because when the younger people are coming up, they don't want to do the same thing that we're doing. They don't want to do that.
No, no. So that tells me that the leadership of the secular movement is not speaking to that demographic.
Yeah, that's
Young
true.
people, unmarried people, married people, people with children. One of my pet peeves has been for years that there are secular organizations that have been in existence for 20 or 30 years and they have not grown. I spoke to one a few months ago, and they had 45 people show up to hear me speak. And they told me at the end that was a record for them. They had never had, in memory, they'd never had 40. And this is a group
Wow.
that started back in 1995.
Wow.
That's crazy. In other words, you've not grown at all in all those years, 30 some years. Well, that's because, and I watched the leaders, I talked to the leaders, I had supper with the leaders, and they just didn't have the skills. They're very enthusiastic. But one of the things I said, have you ever thought of offering childcare? And they looked at me like I had two heads because, well, of course not. That we don't know. Children don't want to come to our programs. Families don't want to come to our programs. Oh, that might be why you're not growing. If you don't speak to the next generation, you're not going to get the next generation. And when you die, there's not going to be anything there.
Yeah, exactly.
This really gets my goat, Kelly, that this is common sense. Churches know damn good and well you've got to speak to the next generation. That's why they're so quick to grab the children. Well, why aren't we grabbing the children? We have wonderful stuff like Camp Quest. That's a very good opportunity, but there's a lot more that we could do than just Camp Quest. And Camp
Yeah.
Quest is just in the summer. Why don't we do stuff in the winter? Why isn't there a children's program for secular children in Miami, Florida, or Chicago, Illinois? There could be, because there are atheist groups in those places, but they're so narrow-minded about community, they don't understand that you do not have community without families. You do not have community without children. It's that simple. So don't tell me, yeah, we have an atheist community in Timbuktu, Nebraska, when there's no family, there's no children. And I'm not saying you have to have childcare or any of that kind of stuff. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that should be one of your goals. And if you really want to grow, then you need to get on board and start figuring out how to speak to the next generation. And that's why I started the leadership program, because we are teaching people how you lead a secular world. How do you lead a secular group? And childcare is just one tiny piece of it.
Yeah.
But
I know
that's just
with
an
my
example.
group, um it's not a lot of younger people in my group as well. Uh the ones, even they're young. I have people that are younger, like, but they don't have any children. They're children bearing
Yeah.
age, you know. But I'm like, we can do activities like the apple orchard or something, something activities that we can bring kids along with us.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I haven't done anything like that because there's no kids age. So I'm like, so I kind of was like, so most of my stuff is like adult oriented.
Well, don't get me wrong. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of childcare. That was
Yeah,
just
yeah, 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 yeah. I got you. I got you. I got you. Got you.
there's other things. For example, one of my other pet peeves is why don't we have money to do what we want to do as organizations? and it's because I, I went speaking. I won't say where I was. I don't want anybody getting mad at me for outing anybody, but let's just say I spoke in several places. And as a condition of me coming to speak, I said, I want you to promote the event, promote it so that more people come in. I also want you to reach out to other groups, other secular groups, not just your own, but all the secular groups in your metropolitan area. And third, I'm not charging you any more than my travel fee. So I want you to collect money. I want you to get donations. I want you to ask for donations. And every dime that comes to that event is for you, for your organization. Well, Kelly, you know what happened? I showed up. They had not notified anybody else, one of the groups, not notified anybody else in the metro area. So I had like 10 people there. They hadn't advertised it at all. And they had not asked for money. They hadn't asked for any donations. I mean, it was like everything I asked them to do, they didn't do. And then when I politely asked them, are you going to ask for money? They said, no, we couldn't do that. That's too much like a church. Thinking, if you never ask, you never receive. It's that simple. This is not rocket science. But why did they refuse to ask for money? Because it looks like religion in their mind. But people ask for money all the. Your mailbox is probably full of political requests for money.
Yeah,
politicians aren't afraid to ask for money. So that's just another thing. How do you ask for money as a leader? How do you get your group over this stupid idea that asking for money is somehow religious? And we've got the course is 18 hours long. And we go over so many different topics, everything from how to deal with conflict, how to look at your system, how to train new people, how to create a donor base that supports the activities you want. I mean, thing after thing after thing, but nobody has trained secular leaders. And what we're getting from the people who have just graduated is they're saying, we've never seen anything like this. Nobody's ever taught us any of this stuff. And this is really customized just for secular leaders. And we're also in the process of training. We're teaching people, here's why you do it this way for secular leaders. And oh, by the way, it's the exact opposite if you're going to lead a church. Church leadership's the exact opposite of what you should be doing for secular leadership. And yet so many people learned leadership in the church. And they want to take that leadership attitude into the secular world. Anyway, that's my sermon.
Speaking of donating, right above Dr. Darrel Ray is a QR code for the Black non-believers to donate for us. So click on that QR code and donate. Yeah, because a lot of times when we are doing our tabling at different events, we ask for money. We don't have to donate. We appreciate you just come by our table, but a couple dollars would be appreciative.
Yep.
And they don't have any problems with it. Somebody, all I have was $1. And that's cool. $1 is $1.
Yep.
It helps.
Yeah.
We don't have no problem with that. We thank you for you being able to help. But yeah, we can't make things run. When we the simple things like brochures and pamphlets that you pass out.
Yep.
It costs money and things like that. So yeah, we try to help. So we thank everybody that donates these organizations and stuff. And because I had one guy,
we just donated $500 to the reason. Gosh, I forgot the name.
Revival of Reason.
Revival. I was thinking rally. Revival for a Reason.
Yeah.
Recover from religion, because we love supporting BN and what you guys are all doing.
Yes.
And that's another thing. I don't see generosity between groups. And that's another leadership component, is we should be supporting each other rather than fighting with each other. And I see so much conflict between groups that should be doing joint work, should be cooperating and using their resources efficiently across groups. But it's just, I don't know. Again,
Yeah,
that's
that's
another
why
leadership
I've
piece.
been working with Michigan Atheist, and I'm now part of the organization as well. We combined two groups, and so we looked at it was my group. Now, Sunday Assembly still wants to be on their own. They don't want to combine with us, but Michigan Atheist and Secular Humanist group and my group have been doing we've been collaborating because we're
Yeah.
looking at, well, sometimes we have an event and I have 30 people come. Sometimes it'll be 5 people. Why not combine it? And we all can just do our part, whatever. So it's not too much for anybody to do anything. But I do want to take the class because I want to learn so much. And I am coming from leadership, and my I don't have no doctorate. I said it's an associate, but it was in criminal justice, and I was supervisor over a security company for years. So that's my leadership from that.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
and from the church, being of the women's group of the church. So that was my leadership. So
Yeah.
not in secular. So this is something I just knew when to be in. This is something that I saw that Detroit was not active. Even though when I first walked in, we already know what happened. We'll go through the details. But
Yeah.
when the leader of the Detroit group, she was just there as a body, I'm going to say. But she had
Hmm.
not did anything in years.
Yep.
And when I came and I talked to her and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And she was like, I guess I have to start something. By the time I left, by the time I looked up, she was gone. Medici asked me to step into the place.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've been learning how to crawl. I've been trying to I've been learning how to do what I need to do. And sometimes I've made mistakes along the way. But I try to always, and I always, one thing I always say, I don't care what, a leader means you have to follow as well. Sometimes you have to get your hands dirty to be a leader. It is
Yep.
not always everybody working for you. Sometimes you have to be the one that has to do the work.
Yeah.
That's effective leadership to me. So I go
Well,
out to all these events. I do all these things as well. I'm not asking anybody to do anything that I wouldn't do.
that's another piece that we work hard at in the training program is teaching people how to develop other people and delegate so that you get far more done. And you can't do it all yourself, Kelly.
Oh
Your
no.
your job as a leader is to multiply yourself and get other people up to your skill level or better so they can start helping you grow the organization. No organization grows if they're dependent upon the leader. The leader should be, and we even changed the name. I don't like the word leader necessarily because what we're teaching is something I call team development. You are
Okay.
a team developer. Your job is to develop your team. Then, if you disappear tomorrow, the team still can keep going. I started recovering from religion 17 years ago. I'm pretty sure if my plane went down or if I decided to take a vacation, it would work just fine. Then they might struggle a little bit. I mean, I do things. I'm not useless, but I that's if I'm a good leader, I have multiplied myself. If I'm a bad leader, then everybody has to come to me for decisions and to do shit, and that's the opposite of what a good.
I don't know what's going on. This is like the fifth time, but he'll be on in a few seconds. So, um, this was it.
I'm back.
I don't know what the hell's going on,
I'm
but
good at coming
we'll
back
figure.
real quick.
Well, you're faster. You been getting faster lately. Okay, but yeah, cause I know myself, and I haven't really done it in a while, but I'm gonna be doing the food with help for the revival of reason.
Good,
I've
good.
run was raised in a catering company, and my mom was a caterer, and so I kind of followed for some of her. And I love cooking. I just don't want to. I would never want to do it like as a full-time job,
Profession, yeah.
professional.
Right.
Once in a blue
Yeah.
moon, I'll do it, help out, whatever.
Yeah, right.
So that's when my daughter, who also we also trained her as well, and she's the same way. Some things, I'll be honest, my daughter, I don't know what some things I make. She does a little extra special step. I'm like, damn, that thing's better than mine. Goddamn.
Well, that's
But I'll
good.
be mine to admit it though. So she's gonna be helping me as well. She was like, do you need my help? And I was just like, well, I wasn't gonna ask you. I want you just to come. That's not what I'm asking you, Ma. If you need my help, because I know how you like stuff to be run, and how you run your shop. So
Yeah,
you need me to come help. I say I would love to you to help me, but I wasn't gonna ask you because I don't want to force you to do anything. Force you. She was
right.
like, well, speak, Ma. Let me help you. So we doing. But okay, make some more questions after this because we kind of like answer some questions. Some questions you're answering.
Sure.
So I'm trying to pick ones you didn't ask.
Okay. Great. Great.
What qualities do the most successful secular leaders have in common?
I think they have the ability to inspire other people and get them kind of into their orbit around a single mission. I have watched, for example, I've watched the transformation in American Humanist Association since Fish Stark in Kansas took over. I'm seeing real energy there that wasn't there before, and I love that. I mean, those folks are really doing some good work now, I think. And but it's created an enthusiasm around the mission, the American Humanist Association. I look at um, other organizations like Atheist United out in California. They had not grown in years, and when they got some leadership in there that really started training people and giving them a mission, something to focus on, we started seeing growth. So it's that ability to inspire others, but also get a mission that people really want to participate in. At Recovery from Religion, we have our mission is to provide hope, healing, and support for people dealing with issues of doubt and non-belief. And guess what? You came along. You are a great example of somebody joining the mission, even though you're not formally inside of Recovery from Religion. You're doing the work, and we see this when people get excited about a mission. That makes the whole thing easier. It makes people feel like they're doing something bigger than themselves, and they want to contribute to a world that has meaning in it, bigger than just themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like yesterday, I talked about it a couple times before. And this happens more than once. Where I would go and we set up at a table, and I'm sitting there, and so we're in the Pride Month, or a lot of people, and I'll go back a little bit. Do you know how many times I had on, and it happens a lot. I had on a shirt, free mom hug. How many kids come up and hug me when I had that shirt on? But can we please have a hug? And I
Uh-huh.
and that really gets me. Like I don't mind. I got that. I'm like, damn. Like people really want a hug. And one girl, she started crying. She
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
my family disowned me because I'm trans.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, how could you do that to your child?
Yeah.
Some I can get on my nerves. Some of the stuff that they do, but I love them. But nothing about that. But okay. So anyway, so I'm sitting at the table, and this happened more than once. Somebody comes in, I'm somewhere, and it was like, and I was that person at one time. And
Yeah.
they come in, it was like, thank you for being here. You don't know how good it feels because when you come in, you look, you don't see another black person, and you're here. She was like, I'm in tears because I used to think something was wrong with me, that why I don't believe in God anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's one reason why I'm there, because I was that girl a couple years ago because I
Yeah.
didn't have any space.
Yeah.
So this is why I don't consider myself no leader, but this is why I'm here helping others to be where I am now.
Right. Right.
I
Well,
never,
what you're doing is got leadership in it, whether you like it or not.
yeah,
You are doing a leader function. Leadership is
yeah,
not what a person does; it's functions.
yeah.
And
But this
one of the
just
things
hurts
is
me.
it's just horrible that people treat each other like that. But your presence makes all the difference. That one person got a hug that they needed that particular
Yeah.
day.
But yeah, it's amazing how many people come up to me. I mean, sometimes I'll just go to an event just as a spectator myself, and people will
Yeah,
come up to me and be like, "We thank you for being here."
good, good.
And I'm
Yep.
like, or they'll say, "We really look up to you," and I'll be looking at them like, "Me? How you look up to me? I'm just Kelly."
Hey, you're a queen. You're the atheist queen. I
That's
look
just a,
up.
it's just yeah. The wealthiest queen is Mandisa though.
There's a Mandy's the real queen. That's for
She's
sure.
she's the real queen. She tells me to say, she tells me to hush every time I say that. So, what are the biggest leadership challenges facing secular organizations today?
I think one of the biggest ones is that we don't have the training in place, and if we don't have the training, then leadership's not going to be there, or it's going to be inappropriate, or it's going to be wasted. I mean, how much energy and time and emotions have been wasted in trying to start groups and keeping them going when the leader didn't have the skills, or the leader was too authoritarian, or the leader didn't develop anybody else. Those are, or the group didn't have enough money because the leader didn't know how to ask for money. I mean, I can just name dozens of reasons why groups are failing, but they're almost all the same reasons, and they all trace back to leadership development, leadership training. What we're trying to do, Kelly, is we're not just here to train. The Institute for Secular Leadership is one half of what we do is training. But when this group just graduated, when a group graduates, we put them into a special group on Circle. Circle is a software program. And they now can come in and they can interact with each other around leadership issues. There's people that are leading other groups. I can They can pick up the phone or they can get in Circle and chat with somebody who's having the same problem they are. I want to do a fundraiser. The last two fundraisers raised no more than $50. So how do I do no more? Well, there's people out there that can talk to now. And those people are always there. But they were not in a group like the Circle group that we've got. And so you didn't know who to go to. You didn't know who was trustworthy. And what you'll do now, if you go through the course, you'll get into the Circle group and you'll have all sorts of people that you know have been through the same training you've been through. They've been told the same thing about how to raise funds. They've been told the same thing about how to train volunteers. All these things are now going to be standardized. We know we in the scientific sense, we know what best practices are. We know what it takes to bring a group together. We know what it takes to work like a team. We know what it takes to deal with internal conflicts. None of this is rocket science. It's something that we can teach people, and that's the big challenge. How do we get people to start coming and taking this training and teaching each other? It's not just me teaching them; they'll teach each other as well.
So that brings me to a question I don't have on the list. Let's say an organization. I'm gonna say black non-believer, say Mandisa, can she pull her whole leadership team and them to have class as a group taught by your taught with your program?
Yeah, if you go on the website, secularleadership.org, and go to the courses, you'll see there's a place for team to train
Okay.
entire teams together.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's what I did. I mean, I would take an entire team of a corporation and train the whole team. I've been doing that for 40 years,
Okay.
but I know how to do that. And if a whole group of people wants to come together that are all in the same organization, glad to do that. Yep, that's a good question, though. I've not had anybody ask that question until now.
Yeah, because I'm like, instead of somebody individually keep doing this person going there, just have the whole group and just one day everybody all gets together, so they'll be on one accord about what should be effective.
Absolutely. Yep. And that's one of our big goals is we want everybody speaking the same language, having the same skills, knowing, having the same resources, reading the same articles, reading the same books. You know, we've got a whole we're developing and have developed already a whole library of articles and books that are secular focused. They're not a religious, here's the religious leadership bullshit. There is a lot of difference in the way you lead secular people in religion. I've already said that several times. I can't emphasize that enough. And what I see, and this is true of any community that comes out of a religious environment, and unfortunately, the Black community is really, inundated with religion.
Yes,
If you
very
bring
much
that,
so.
if you bring that leadership style into the secular world, you're not going to be as successful, and maybe not be successful at all. We got to change that mentality of how you lead in every group. We have a lot of
Anybody has
jokes.
any questions in the chat? I asked
Oh,
earlier.
okay.
So I'm saying anybody has any questions that feel free to ask.
Sure.
Yeah, I agree. That's bring me to another question. How can secular organizations become more diverse, inclusive, and representative of their communities? It's kind of piggybacking on what you just said.
Right, right. I think you have to almost make it a priority and make sure you're always reaching out. For example, there's just putting an advertisement up about an event is not going to necessarily increase the diversity of your organization. I think people need to go to the people and say, look, we would really like to invite you to come to our next event. Personal invitations, shaking people's hands, cooking food together, get people in that are on the edges. There's people that are just kind of watching and waiting and looking at you and saying, is this a safe place for me? I'm gay. Is this a safe place for me? I'm Black and straight out of this Pentecostal Black church and stuff like that. And people, I'll give you an example. Excuse me. Way back when I first started recovering from religion, I was holding a live meeting in a coffee shop, and I'd advertised it, and people would come, and I have 4 or 5 people show up, and we'd talk about recovering from religion. And there was a person that always sat on the other side of the coffee shop. Every time we were there, I don't know why is this person there? He's just sitting on the other side. After 3 meetings, that person came over and sat down with us and told us he was watching to see if we were a safe place. He had watched us for 3 months without joining us because he thought maybe we were a cult or another religion. We're going to recruit you into your religion or your cult. Well, that's the same thing. You have people are watching. They want to see if you're safe or not. Are you just a bunch of old white people talking about science? If that's what it looks like, then people of other groups are not going to join you, and you've got to make it look friendly and feel friendly. So it takes a lot of work, Kelly, and I don't think I've got
I'll
the
be
answer.
honest, I'm that guy. I will sit down there and will watch people and I won't say anything. I'll be in my little corner watching till I feel
Yeah,
comfortable enough to come around.
there you go. It's
I'll be
and,
like,
yep. Well, once you realize that as a leader, then your next task is to go out and find those people that are on the edges, shake their hand, hug them if they want to hug, talk to them about what they need, what kind of community they're wanting, and invite them to the next event. They
yeah,
may not come. That's okay. You can't make people, but you can make sure they feel welcome. And then maybe you could put on a program. It's let's talk about a program that would clearly involve them, that they would be interested in. Let's deliberately program our deliberately choose our programming. I mean, obviously in Pride Month, let's do programming that would be invite the LGBTQ plus community in. Let's
yeah,
talk about the problems and difficulties that Black trans people have. Just programming can make people feel safe enough to come and at least visit.
yeah. I talk about a lot. My first event in person was going to the Women of Color Beyond Belief,
Yeah,
2021. And so, like I said before, I'm in the corner just observing stuff. And so Deanna uh, Williams comes over there
yeah.
like, "Who are you? Why are you in this corner for? Come on with us. We're over here. Why are you over there in that corner?" Because I didn't, they was everybody knew each other and they were like, having
Yeah, yeah,
conversation. But I'm not one to. I have to when I'm leadership. I come outside of my shell, and I know I'm taking on people because it's for Black non-believers or Michigan atheists or whatever. But it comes to me even now if I would come into a group, I wouldn't say nothing.
yeah.
But if I know
There's
if I'm there for leadership business, I then say I'm doing this because I'm doing it for the group. But if I was going in there just for my own personal life, nah, I
yeah.
still would have a hard time speaking to people.
Well, there's another thing you can do to increase the diversity of your group. We've done this. Um, I can't take any credit for it. One of our volunteers made the suggestion. One we've had a Black non-believers group in our private channel for years,
Okay.
and we encourage people. It's a Black non-believers group. Whites are not. We don't let white people in there. That's not the purpose of it. So we have two different women only groups. We have one men only group. If you make safe spaces for specific groups, then by definition you're opening that diversity up to your entire. So we started a women only group on the West Coast and that covers time zones, as far away as Australia,
Oh,
and
good.
we're getting 20 to 30 women showing up every single meeting.
Oh, that's
There's
good.
We get so many women showing up that are recovering from religion that we have to split the group up into 2 and 3 small groups because it's just too big, and we have to have multiple facilitators so we can split it up. It's all Zoom meeting, this Zoom,
Okay.
that piece. But at the same time, right here in Kansas City, we've got a recovering from religion group that meets in our Oasis, Kansas City Oasis building. Um, and we'll get 5 to 10 people showing up to physically face to face have a meeting to talk about recovering from religion. We have an all men's group that's pretty much more European time zones and East Coast time zones. But when you give safe spaces, and the women's only group is always run just by women. There are no men in the group. I'm the president of the whole damn thing, and they won't let me in. So there's
Get out.
which is perfectly fine with me. I think people need their own safe spaces. And we even started a youth only group.
Oh,
So
that's
you have
excellent.
you have to be I believe our age, we have to be under 25. Nobody above 25 can be in this group. And we get a lot of late teenagers, 18, 19 years old in there. So create safe spaces within within your bigger organization, and sponsor them. Buy pizza for them. I don't care, but make people feel welcome, and that they've got their own safe space within the bigger space of whatever you're doing. I mean, you could have a Black non-believers group, but you could also have a Black non-believers LGBT group that is a subset. And I
Yeah.
think that has been pretty darn successful for Recover from Religion to do. And that's what we're teaching leaders. How do you diversify? Because diversity, I think, is a really important thing for secular world. And we need leaders that know how to speak and how to welcome other groups. Period.
We have a question.
Go for it. Yeah.
It's from Alira the Free. Hey, Alira. One of my biggest new recent supporters. Question: in my rather modest experience, I've seen that doing the hard work as the leader inspires good-willed people to join in out of respect. Would you agree?
What I would say I would agree with is that you are modeling the behavior you want other people to follow. And that is a really good thing. If you can model what you want, you're more likely to get other people to follow you. I don't know if that answers the question.
Yeah, it does.
I see so many bad models, poor models of leadership. For example, I see leaders saying, "I can't get anybody to volunteer. I ask for volunteers and nobody volunteers." And the leader says, "Well, it must be because I've got a bad group or got a bunch of lazy people in my group." Well, if that's not what's going on, I'm pretty damn sure it's more to do with your leadership style than their followership style. You've got to create the conditions where people feel safe to want to follow you. And I think that's kind of what she is saying. The other piece of that question that I would like to be sure and articulate is that you can be the best, you can do all that work as a leader. But if you're not developing other people, you're not teaching them the skills to be good leaders themselves, your group is not going to survive you. It's going to die when you leave or when you go on vacation or whatever. Yeah. Was there another question?
Right now, no. I know with me, my group, I have the people that meet up. Or not the people that actually just some people that meet up, they don't show up to nothing. They maybe
Right.
watch some video, whatever. But I have maybe like 15 people that I say are the real MVPs in my group, whatever. And sometimes they'll be like, there's part of whatever, but sometimes I'll have events and they don't show up, and I'll be like, well, dang, my 50 people don't show up, and then they'll say, it's not you. We've been working, or things been happening at home, and after we don't want to show up, they'll message me in a private chat and say we just been so busy. So then I'm like, well, how am I supposed to do this? Because then conflicting with the Michigan Atheist thing, and I'm back now believers, but I'm also part of the treasury, and so he wants to have all these events on Sundays, and I'm like, but my group don't want a table. They're not going to come to that. Sometimes they once in a blue moon they might show up, but that's not what they like. They rather go to get something to eat and laugh and talk. So we have to mix this up to make
Yep.
everything comfortable. But then I also ask for suggestions. This is not just my group. What do you want to do? There's different time you would like. Would you like a Saturday morning or a Wednesday morning? Because I work afternoon, so I can't do it in the evening. Could you do something for lunch, or trying to just be accessible and getting them to know what they like? Would you like to? What kind of events would you like to do? It's not just my group, so I'll be thinking of stuff they would like to do. But there's, oh no, Kelly, it's not you. So that kind of gets to
Well,
me sometimes because I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And I understand that they're busy, but I'm like, man.
Well, everybody's
I'm
busy.
busy too.
Yeah, you're busy. You're busy too. I don't have time to teach the whole class here, but we've got
No, no,
answers
no.
to
You don't
your
got to.
questions. Um, we
I don't
do,
want you
and
to
that
teach. I don't want. No, please
you're
don't teach the class.
you're not the only person that has that exact same problem, and but there are answers to that question.
So go to the
I'll,
class.
yeah, go to the class. Well, I'll give you a little answer. I mean, I can't. I'm serious. I
Yeah.
can't teach you the whole 18
Oh, I
hours.
want. No, I don't want. No, I want to do. No, please don't do that.
Oh,
No.
another thing we do with the class, and I love it. I didn't. I didn't put this together. Dr. McKee Grant put it together. It's called reverse classroom.
Okay.
And what we do is we have a very concentrated set of readings that we give to before every class, and we expect everybody to do those readings so that when you come to class, you're prepped, you're ready to go, and we're not starting from scratch. And that it's a reverse classroom in that you're doing your homework ahead of time rather than after, and it really works well. What it ends up doing is the richness of the classes is 4 times bigger because everybody's coming having read the articles that we're going to talk about that day. For example, one of the key articles in class 4 is an article on delegation, and it's a major article that was published back in 1975 on the Harvard Business Review, one of the best articles ever published on the subject of delegation. And you read it, and then you come and now we can talk about how you delegate to other people. But we're not starting from scratch. Anyway, it's a good model for educating people. I love it. I think it's, and another thing we're doing, Kelly, is we're not meeting every week. What we do is we meet every 2 weeks.
Okay.
So if it's Tuesday night, it'll be Tuesday night for every 2 weeks. And the reason we do that is one, to give people plenty of time to do the readings and readings before class, but also to do the activities, because after class we say we want you to go out and do X, Y, and Z. Practice what you're going through this training to learn new skills. And if you do it every week, you don't have enough time between. So we've designed the course to be, have 2 week intervals, I guess you could say.
So you said it's how many weeks is the whole course? Now,
Well,
is this including the gap as well?
Yeah. Well, what happens is we've got what we call the foundations.
Okay.
Foundations of secular leadership, and it's 4 classes,
okay,
but over 8 weeks.
Okay.
And then if you pass that, you've got to attend 3 of the 4, or you can't go any farther.
Okay.
But if you do 3 of the 4, then you can come in, and we've got what we call the intermediate course, and it's another 4 classes over 8 weeks. And then at the end of those 8 classes, you get a certificate in secular leadership and ethical governance. That's the title of the certificate.
Okay.
We're mailing those out this week, by the way, to the graduates that just graduated on Thursday night.
Congratulations, graduates. If any of you guys were in my chat. Okay, so Alira did respond. Thank you for the answer. And yes, I absolutely agree about teaching and guiding. I already gave my own formula for raising the leaderships for the future above. So
and we answered all your questions.
Yeah, not a lot of questions. People just been in the comments, just talking about different stuff.
Oh, I hadn't even looked at the comments. Oh,
yeah, that was only a question that we had. Okay, so
I just saw the one that says I'm in an alligator-only atheist group in Australia.
Don't mind tons of mice. They always say some funny stuff. I don't even know what to do with them. They always do stuff. Okay. What advice would you give to someone who wants to step into a leadership role but doesn't feel ready?
Well, Start
Come to
with
your class.
yeah, well, yeah, I guarantee you, you'll be much more ready after you get through my class. But start with something small, and don't take on a quote leadership in this sense. Every group has got small, like a small project they're trying to do. Sign up for that. You don't even need to be the head of it. Just sign up for that and get involved. And just doing that alone will start teaching you what works and what doesn't work with your group. For example, maybe you've got a fundraising fund drive coming up, or maybe you've got a garage sale you're doing. Well, why not jump in and help find the venue? Where are we going to hold this garage sale to raise money for our group? And you go out and find a place and organize that piece of it. You don't have to organize all of it, but get involved. People sit around and say, "Well, I don't have any skills. I don't know how to lead." That's not true. My philosophy is everybody can be a leader. You can learn the skills. We're not talking about being. I mean, look what an idiot we've got in this White House right now. Anybody could lead. if that guy is a leader, anybody can lead.
I don't even know these people. I don't know.
So yeah. So anyway, that's proof right there that you can lead. So get out there and just do a little bit. Does that make sense?
Yes. Last question. Looking ahead, what is your vision for the future of the Secular Leadership Project and the secular movement as a whole?
Great question. Well, let me just say, when I announced that I was doing this, and our team came out and said, here's what we're going to be doing. We told everyone, and we're going to keep telling everyone, that our goal is to teach 1,000 leaders in the next 10 years. We want to train 1,000 secular leaders in the next 10 years. And we're pretty damn sure that if we can train 1,000 secular leaders, that will have a major impact on the entire secular movement. We will have people out there raising more money than we've ever raised before. We will see groups growing in ways they've never raised before. We will see families getting involved in the secular movement that have never been involved before, because this leadership training teaches you how to do that. But more importantly, in those 1,000 people we want to train, they're going to start talking to each other, and they're going to be within our little ecosystem of leaders only, and they'll be able to get resources and talk about what's working, what's not working. Once you get through with the training, that's just the beginning of your journey as a leader. It's not the end.
Yeah.
So that's what we're looking at. I mean, it sounds ambitious, but I think, and I won't be doing it all. I'm not going to train 1,000 people in the next 10 years. But what I am going to do is I'm going to find people who can help me.
You're going to train people so that they can train other people.
Absolutely. And then I can move on. I can do my next thing, whatever that is.
We don't know about you. You do it too.
I'm pretty good at starting things. I'm pretty good at getting things going. But then I also I have to be good at drawing, at backing off. Oh, yeah. I can't be, if it's dependent on me, it won't work, or it'll die. And I want this to be vibrant. I want people to think, here's what I really like, kind of an answer to your question there, Kelly. 2 or 3 years from now, I want people saying, we are for the humanist group in Boise, Idaho, or the atheist group in New York City. They have a board, and I would see the board saying, you must have taken the Institute leadership course before you're eligible to be on our board. You got to know what the fuck you're doing before we're going to let you on our board. That's where I want to be. The future of the Institute for Secular Leadership is creating well-educated, well-trained people that are using the same language. And those people are now seen. You remember, I told you the certificate is a certificate in secular leadership and ethical leadership. I'm sorry, ethical governance, secular leadership and ethical governance. Well, the governance piece is board members.
Okay.
We're not just training the leaders of an organization. We want to train the board members of that same organization.
Okay.
So our target audience is bigger than just leadership. It's board members as well. And if you want to be on a board, if you think you'd want to join a board sometime, take the damn training, because when you put that certificate on your own resume, so to speak, it says, I know enough to be on your board. I'm competent. I've been trained. I've got the skills, and I'm a part of a bigger leadership organization. Does that answer the question? What I see the future?
Yes.
I'm pretty damn excited about the future, by the way.
So we got a few more minutes. We got to
Okay.
wrap up. But one question. Okay. So let's say that I'm a leader and I take this course. How will it be that I now will just bring that into my group, what I learned? Or would you rather have everybody individually take that course that's in the group? You understand what I'm saying? Am I saying it right?
Well, the more people that take the course out of a given group, the better.
Okay.
If you're the only one that takes it, it's you against everybody else, so to speak. They don't know what you know.
Okay.
But if you and two other people, now we got 3 people from your group that have taken the course. Now the 3 of you can say, look, this is what we learned and why it's important to practice leadership in this manner. This is why it's important, for example, to have a good, well-developed onboarding process for board members. Or how do we welcome new volunteers? I mean, there's very specific things that we're talking about and teaching that are better done if 3 or 4 or 5 people have all taken the course. But we got to start somewhere.
Yeah, because that was another thing that I was like, but you kind of answered it, because I was like, well, why isn't there like a video or something, and somebody could just purchase the video and then use it as a training course for their own group? I was thinking about that as well.
Yep.
So,
and we thought about that as well. And the first thing we said was, nope, we're not doing videos.
Yep, that's what I was wondering. But then you kind of, I understand why now.
We want real humans to talk to real humans. And a video does not teach. It's passive. You sit there and watch. When you come to class, you're not watching a damn video. You've read at least 2 articles. You're going to talk to another human being who's read those articles. You're going to bring your problems to the discussion from your group, and we're going to be interacting on it. I'm not against online learning. I mean, kind of what we're doing right now is online learning. What I am against is inhuman, non-human learning. I want human beings talking to other human beings. And we're adamant about that. I just, we've had several people say, hey, can you make a video because I'm going to miss the class? I said, nope. You missed the class, you missed the class. Come back. Oh, that's another thing we do, Kelly, is if somebody misses a class, you remember you have to take at least 3 of the 4 or you can't go on. But if you miss a class, you can come back and take the one you missed at the next opportunity when the class is offered.
I was about to wonder, like, if somebody pay for something and let's say something happened, emergency happened, they can't make it.
Yeah,
like
well, life happens.
Like yeah, okay, that's good.
So they can come back and they can take the class they missed at no charge. We don't charge extra. Just come back, you missed the 3rd class, come take the 3rd class again. And another benefit of anybody who graduates from the whole process can come back and retake any or all the classes for free. Once you come through, you're a member for life as far as I'm concerned. Come back, take the course. We want you to get better.
So let's say that I sign up to take the course, and let's say that by chance you add some more classes in this. I'll be able to take those classes?
No. You can retake the classes that well, no, let me say we're going to have a an advanced course that we'll start teaching early next year.
Okay.
And that will be an extra charge. But for whatever
Okay.
if you took the 8 courses, the eight sessions, and you want to go back and take any of those, you can do that for free.
Okay, I got you.
At the same time, we are updating and we're changing, we're adding things all the time. So if you retake a class, you're probably going to get new material for free, basically. Does that answer your question?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Look who just showed up. It's almost the end, but at least he came up. At least he came.
Are we about finished? I'm getting a little hoarse.
Yeah, here. I gotta leave out in a minute. Yeah, but Steve just stepped in for a minute. Okay, so.
Oh, hey, Steve.
Yes. I thank you for coming on. I'm gonna do a little plugging myself that we can leave.
Okay.
Remember this weekend, Revival of Reason. I thank you for you being a sponsor for that as well, Dr. Ray. And I will be speaking on. I gotta remember. I think I'm doing the breakout sessions on coming to this space and being a secular activist in the Black community. That's one thing I'm talking about from Friday. 2, I'll be talking about how it is being queer and the MAGA part about it as well. And I'm doing, and also about being a content creator as well. So I'm doing 3 different things there. So, and I also have set up interviews for people that wants to talk to me as well. That's gonna come there. And then that Sunday I'll be on Skeptic Haven with Lil of All Trades. We'll be on there coming Sunday. And then on the 19th, I will be bringing Carlos Ramirez, who is a board member for the Tri-State Freethinkers. I'll be doing that. So that's the nearest things that I'm doing. Anything else, I don't know of right now. But until this weekend, hopefully, if you can't come in person, please buy online tickets. I'm going to end us out with watching the promo video for that. And then after that, everybody just have a great rest of your week. Until next time.
What's up, y'all? Mandisa Thomas here, inviting you to be in 2026 Revival of Reason in Atlanta, Georgia. From June 12th through the 14th, join us at the Atlanta Free Thought Hall and Pavilion, where we will be celebrating 15 years of Black non-believers with food, fun, serious discussions, live entertainment, and more. Speakers include Chris Cameron, Candace Gorham, Detroit Atheist Queen, The Friendly Atheist, Godless Engineer, Cynthia McDonald, yours truly, and more. Get your tickets today at blacknonbelievers.org or scan that QR code below. Also, you can book your room at our special group room rate at the Comfort Inn, Atlanta, Smyrna. Official BN members get a discount, so please make sure you become an official member today. Sponsorship opportunities are also available, as well as discounted student rates. Thank you so much for helping us celebrate 15 years as Black non-believers, and we will see you soon.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride.